Leeds fans, stop scrolling right now. Elland Road just erupted with breaking news that changes the entire January window. We are talking about a potential £40 million operation, a bitter public war involving one of our own stars, and a Premier League champion linked with a shock move to West Yorkshire. Managing Director Robbie Evans just dropped a truth bomb about our finances. That has the boardroom sweating. But here is the first payoff. The target identified to save our season isn't just a rumor. His price tag just jumped by £13 million overnight following a World Cup masterclass. If you bleed white, yellow and blue, drop everything. We are diving into the financial tightrope, the striker dilemma, and the blockbuster name that Pep Guardiola says isn't afraid of a risk. Before we reveal the full magnitude of this triple update, hit like and subscribe because while the transfer window is closed, the war for survival has just begun. Whispers turned into footsteps, and footsteps have turned into a deafening roar across Europe. The name on everyone's lips is Troy Parrott. But the story behind this potential move is far more dangerous than a simple transfer rumor. Leeds United are walking a financial tightrope that is thinner than ever before. Managing Director Robbie Evans has come out and said it unequivocally: "We have maxed out our PSR. The credit card is full. The budget is stretched to its absolute limit after a summer where we spent north of £100 million on 10 new signings." Yet, despite Noah Okafor, Lucas Mecha, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin walking through the door, the net ripples have been disturbingly quiet. 9 goals in 11 Premier League games is a statistic that screams relegation trouble. And Daniel Farke knows it. The pressure is mounting, and the solution appears to be wearing green and scoring for fun on the international stage. Troy Parrott has just exploded. We are talking about a player who didn't just play during the international break, he dominated. A brace against Portugal, a hat-trick against Hungary, 5 goals into games that single-handedly secured a World Cup playoff spot for the Republic of Ireland. But here is the catch that hurts Leeds United. Success has a price, and Parrott's valuation has skyrocketed. Former AZ Alkmaar star Karim El Ahmadi has gone on record stating that Parrott's value has increased by roughly £13 million in just 1 week. That takes the potential package for this striker into eye-watering territory, possibly touching the £40 million mark. El Ahmadi compares him to Luke de Jong, not just a poacher, but a connector, a leader, someone who sets the tone off the ball. He is the complete package that Farke desperately craves to link the play and finish the chances that our current crop are missing. But how do you sign a £40 million striker when you have maxed out your PSR? You have to make a sacrifice. And the name on the chopping block is one that will divide the fan base. Joel Pirro, the Dutchman, who cost us £16 million and has scored 33 goals for this club, is now in the crosshairs. Reports suggest his agents are already preparing for a January exit. It is a brutal reality of modern football economics to bring in the new hero. The old favorite must be sold to balance the books. Pirro has been a servant, often playing out of position as a number 10, creating and scoring. But if Parrott arrives, Pirro leaves. It is a direct replacement strategy. The question you have to ask yourself is whether this is a gamble worth taking. Are we trading a proven championship goalscorer who is adapting to the Premier League for an international star who is currently tearing it up in the Eredivisie? The board seems to think Parrott is the upgrade that keeps us up. The scouts were there, watching him destroy Portugal, and the report back to Thorpe Arch was glowing. But with Pirro's camp already looking at the exit door, this dressing room dynamic is about to shift drastically. If Pirro goes, do we lose a leader? Or do we gain the ruthless edge that Parrott clearly possesses? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Is Parrott worth sacrificing Pirro? While the boardroom tries to figure out the finances for a new striker, the dressing room is dealing with a fire that is burning out of control involving Noah Okafor. This is not just about football. This is personal, emotional, and messy. The £18 million man spent his international break not on the pitch, but in a war of words that has exposed his fragility. Okafor openly slammed the Swiss national team setup, bemoaning a lack of respect and communication from coach Murat Yakin and director Pierluigi Tammy. He told The Athletic that they don't even call him, that it makes no sense, that he is sad. It was a cry for attention, a plea for validation. But the response he got was brutal. Murat Yakin hit back, saying he has told Okafor repeatedly what he expects. And then, the ultimate blow came from his own captain, Granit Xhaka, who publicly told Okafor to essentially shut up and work if he ever wants to wear the Swiss shirt again. Now, imagine bringing that heavy emotional baggage back to Thorpe Arch. Okafor returns to Leeds needing an arm around the shoulder, needing to feel like the main man. He needs to prove Yakin and Xhaka wrong. He needs minutes. He needs goals. But instead of comfort, he is walking into a rumor mill that suggests his time in the starting 11 might be ticking away. He has scored just 2 goals in 8 Premier League appearances, a return that is decent, but not undroppable. He is playing for his career, for his international future, and for his pride. And just as he tries to focus, the noise from the transfer market gets louder. It is the worst possible timing for a player who is already feeling isolated and undervalued. The rumor that is keeping Okafor awake at night involves a household name, a player who operates in his exact space on the left wing. We are going to get into the specifics of that name in a moment, but consider the psychological impact on Okafor right now. He is fighting a battle onto fronts. On one side, his national team has exiled him and told him his attitude is the problem. On the other side, his club is actively looking at superstars to take his spot. Daniel Farke has a massive man management job on his hands here. Does he bench Okafor and risk destroying his confidence completely? Or does he play him and hope that this anger fuels a run of form? The report says Okafor is surely feeling concerned, and he has every right to be. This is the Premier League. It is ruthless. If you are distracted by wars in the media, someone else will take your shirt. Okafor has until January to prove he is the answer. To prove he has the mental fortitude to ignore Xhaka, ignore Yakin, and ignore the transfer rumors. But if the next story is true, even his best form might not be enough to stop Leeds from pulling the trigger on a deal. That would shock the world. Prepare yourselves, because this is the kind of link that makes you check the calendar to make sure it is not April Fool's Day. But in the desperate fight for Premier League survival, crazy things happen. Leeds United are being heavily linked with a blockbuster, season-defining move for Chelsea outcast Raheem Sterling. Yes, you heard that right. The 4-time Premier League champion, the man with 82 England caps, is on the radar at Elland Road. It sounds impossible on paper. His wages are reportedly around £150,000 a week, a figure that would shatter our wage structure and seemingly contradict everything we just heard about maxing out PSR. But here is why this smoke might actually have fire. Raheem Sterling is in limbo. Exiled by Enzo Maresca at Chelsea, coming off an underwhelming loan at Arsenal, he needs a stage. He needs to play. And Leeds United need a savior. The connection becomes even more intriguing when you look at what Pep Guardiola said about Sterling back in 2017. The Manchester City boss describes Sterling as a player who is not afraid to take a risk. He said Sterling enjoys the pressure, enjoys the goal-scoring burden, and thrives when the heat is on. Well, there is no hotter kitchen than a relegation dogfight at Elland Road. If Sterling wants to prove he is still elite, dragging a historic club like Leeds away from the drop zone is the ultimate statement. It fits the narrative of a player willing to gamble on himself to rebuild his reputation. Tactically, this is a nightmare for Noah Okafor, but a dream for Daniel Farke. Sterling has played 178 career games on the left wing. That is his territory. He cuts inside, he creates chaos, he wins penalties, and he scores crucial goals. If Leeds can find a way to structure this deal, perhaps alone, where Chelsea subsidizes a massive chunk of the wages, it changes the entire complexion of our attack. Imagine the experience he brings to a dressing room that is currently fragile. We are talking about a winner, a serial winner. But it is a massive risk. If we blow the wage bill for Sterling and he treats it like a vacation, we are doomed. But if he arrives with the fearlessness that Guardiola talked about, he keeps us up single-handedly. The report from Sports Boom suggests Leeds are hopeful. It is a long shot, a massive gamble, but when you have scored 9 goals in 11 games, you do not survive by playing it safe. You survive by making bold moves. Sterling to Leeds would be the boldest move in our recent history. It signals intent. It signals panic. But most of all, it signals that the board knows the current squad is not enough. Leeds United are standing at the most critical crossroads since our return to the top flight. We have dissected 3 massive narratives that will define our destiny. First, the financial reality check. We are broke, PSR is maxed out, yet we are chasing a £40 million striker in Troy Parrott because the lack of goals is killing us. The sacrifice of Joel Pirro seems inevitable, a painful but necessary trade to upgrade the front line. Second, the internal combustion of Noah Okafor, a player at war with his country and now fighting for his survival at his club. His confidence hanging by a thread as he navigates public humiliation from Granit Xhaka. And third, the nuclear option, Raheem Sterling. The wild card, the superstar who could arrive to save the day or bankrupt the structure. These aren't just rumors, these are the tremors of a club fighting for its life. Fark needs goals, the board needs to balance the books, and the fans need hope. If we pull off Parrott and Sterling, we are not just staying up, we are making a statement. But the cost, both financial and emotional, is staggering. We are looking at a January window that could see us lose a fan favorite in Pirro, alienate a talent in Okafor, and gamble everything on big-name reinforcements. This is the drama of the Premier League. This is why we love this game. But for Leeds United, the stakes have never been higher. The margin for error is zero. Now, I need every single Leeds fan watching this to mobilize. 1. If you believe Raheem Sterling still has the magic to keep us up, smash that like button right now. Let's see if we can get this video to 5,000 likes to show the board we want ambition. TWO. Go to the comments and answer the ultimate question: would you trade Joel Pirro plus cash to bring in Troy Parrott? Yes or no? I want to see the debate raging below. 3. Subscribe to the channel. We are tracking these negotiations hour by hour, and you cannot afford to miss the update when the first bid officially lands. But stay sharp, because the story doesn't end here. There is a double cliffhanger. Sources say another key player has just requested a private meeting with Fark about his lack of minutes, and a rival Premier League club has just sent scouts to watch Illan Meslier. The vultures are circling, and the dressing room door is about to swing open again. We will have that exclusive update in the next video. Keep marching on together. See you soon.